There we go. Can everybody hear me? First responder, you're exactly right. Got Twisted Mopar Spencer, Drinking Reviews, First Responder, Cat's Crazy World. How you doing? It's the first time I've seen you in here. Deborah's Loving Life, My Better Half, Hammer Ranch. So we wait a few more people to come in. And we're going to get down to business. Yeah, last night I was kind of having problems. I guess everybody had mic problems last night. Okay. Welcome, Cat's Crazy World. Let's see. Probably a bunch of them probably on other lives tonight. But this is kind of, at the spur of the moment, because we're going to go live tomorrow night also. And we got a guest coming in that's needs everybody's support. And so we're going to have him on here tomorrow night. And see if we can get him some subs. Yeah, over last year, it had been about a year and a half, and had my health problems, and after the last couple of weeks, and still going back and forth to the doctor and everything, I got my Thunderbird. I'm gonna finish up for No Name Nationals, and I got two other cars that I got to finish, two other trucks. One's the 64 F100. It belongs to some friends of ours. And we got the 64 Chevrolet that we're part ownerships on it. And it will be for sale once we get done with it. And after that, then as far as any content on car work, unless it's just a basic oil change and stuff like that, I'll be pretty much done with making content working on the cars. Been really thinking about it over the last year and a half. I'm going to change over to doing car shows and maybe some drag racing videos, stuff like that, and then do a week, do a live once a week for the No Name Nationals 500 group to continue help support the No Name Nationals in the 500 group to get their subs. When it takes you months to put an engine together, to literally put it in your car, then you got to really step back and realize something, because you can't continue on doing that, because not only that, it takes a lot of time to take away from what you need to be doing and what you should be doing. In reality, I should have had this motor in the car in 3 days, and then all I would have left was just doing the odd and ends to it to get it ready for No Name Nationals. I know we've had a lot of rain, but if I add up all the time, I done spent 2 months on this car, and it's nowhere close to even going down the road yet. And when it comes down to that, it's time to make a decision on our future and our future of our channel, than to keep on trying to put out content working on a car versus doing some light stuff as doing car shows and stuff like that. That's where I'm at. I don't want to just make content and just put it out there and just it be dead. You see what y'all understand what I'm saying? I really like the car industry. I like the car world. I've been in it all my life since I was a teenager. I've worked at locally every freaking shop that had a wrench involved. I've done my years of service in the car world as far as working on a car. I done did my time as far as turning wrenches, owning the business, turning wrenches, that I've done put 40 years into that. And my health is not as good as it was even 2 years ago. So I'm taking a step back from making the hard content and just going to concentrate on making car videos, event videos and stuff like that, versus working on the stuff. If you go back to some of our earlier videos doing the salvage title cars, that was still hard, but it was easier to do than all this mechanic work. And you know, if you got a lift, a lift makes the job a lot easier. But like I said, I done put my years in it, and I'm ready to move on to something else and something a little bit lighter to do instead of continuing just making the content on working on this stuff. I've been thinking about it about a year and a half, and over the last year and a half that it's really a hard decision to make, because anybody that really knows me will tell you the minute I wake up in the morning, it's cars, whether it be a junk car or a running car. It's all about cars. And like I said, I've done put my years in. I've done my time with it. And like I said, when it takes you 2 months to put a motor in a car, then you got to really stop and think, how long is the next one's going to take? Y'all understand what I'm saying? You're right, first responder. Exactly right. It's a hard decision to make. And if my health wouldn't, if I wasn't stuck going to doctors, back and forth to doctors, I'd be out there 24/7 wrenching on a car. I'd be out there at 12 o'clock working on one. And from where I'm at now than where I was even a year and a half ago, trying to get something done, it takes me longer to do something than it did even a year and a half ago. And like I say, I base my decision on my health, because I'm not ready to throw that out there yet. In time, I'll make a video and explain everything. I just gotta look at. I gotta look out for my health right now and move on to something easier for me to do and make content, instead of still trying to turn wrenches and working on this stuff. I hope everybody understands that, and my channel don't just go down and take a south and hit the rock bottom. But if it does, it does. And then don't, then I'll continue on. But a lot of stuff is I keep private, as our private life, we try to keep private as possible. But over the last year and a half, I've been thinking and it's like even 3 or 4 years ago, I could have probably had that Thunderbird going in 2 days without a lift. But now it's taking me so long, and I get aggravated because I know I can get it in there in 2 days, but the ability to get it in there in 2 days is long gone. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Yeah, Big Block. I've talked to Big Block on the phone. He knows why I've been going back and forth to the doctor. He understands. Actually, he actually gave me a web address, a video to go watch. So he understands. He knows. I just gotta look out for my health right now, and looking forward to doing something a lot easier than what I'm doing now. Like I said, when I was doing the salvage cars, it worked out pretty good, because that's where I started at in the beginning of my early career, in my late teens and early 20s, was painting body work. And then somewhere between there and I switched over to working on them. And then they always say there's a lot more money in working on them than it is doing body work and painting, blah, blah, blah. Well, at today's prices of painting body, if I made what they pay now back then, I'd be a millionaire today. But it's a decision that I had to make for myself in order to try to figure everything out. Yeah, I really like doing car shows and stuff, and I know a lot of guys that has cars that has cars that's $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 cars, some of them $100,000 cars, and I can spend one day at their place and probably have enough of content for 6 to 8 months, if not longer. And I think it's switching over. It's going to be a shock, but also it's going to be easier on me. And I didn't copy the link up here in case somebody wants to come in. Bright big block, bright hammer. Get something a little bit easier, and as far as Thunderbird goes, I'm probably gonna hang on to it. That's gonna be my no-name national car, so I'm gonna probably hang on to it unless some idiot comes along with the right kind of money. Then it's gonna take some duckies to get it. But I've dropped the link in if somebody wants to come in, and let me see if I can pin it in the chat room. Hold on just a second, y'all. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Wrong button. There we go. Right, first responder. It's a big decision. It's really a big decision. I love to take an old car and do what I need to do with it to get it where it needs to go. And I love to take one and just really spend the time on it to make it look good. But it's just getting to the point where it's taking me more time to get one done, and it's aggravating it. And when you get to that point, you got to make decisions whether to keep going on one or decide to do something else. Big block, I would if they give you a good dollar on it, you might come out ahead on that one, buddy. But that is a pretty good little car to mess with. Hello, Picking with Pickles. Appreciate you coming in. Exactly right, Big Block. I'm like this, and my wife would tell you the same thing. If we try something new, we call it the leap of faith, and you got to take that leap every now and then to get where you need to be. And if you can't step out on that leap of faith, then you got to really stop and think what's going on in your life. And my wife would tell you if we had 20 acres of land, my wife would tell you 10 acres of it will be nothing but full of cars. That 10 acres would be full of them and stacked up on top of one another. She'll tell you in a heartbeat. And it's just getting to the point where it's taking me a longer time to do it. And once I get to that point where I'm aggravated, then I'm done with it. And it's just like, I've got to do something else. Even a year and a half ago, I knew I was having problems before I even went to the doctors, and even then I could see myself slowing down. Even me and my wives even talked about it, and it's getting where I can't do it no more. And like I said, last year I wanted to go to No Name National so bad last year, and everything was just roadblocks up. Everything, we had a lot of stuff going on last year, and I didn't really have the time to build one for last year, but this year,
what's happening?
It's going to be there. Old man the shop.
What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, just fixing to start changing my channel around.
Oh yeah, you start working on Chevrolets?
No, I might crush a couple of them.
Come on now.
Oh. You know, the true saying, though, every Ford man's got a Chevrolet. You know why, don't you?
So he can get back and forth to work.
No, he going to have that Chevrolet to dog out.
Well, you know, man, my boss man is the most diehard Ford guy there ever was. He's got probably 7 or 8 69, 70 Mach 1 Mustangs. He was an electrician, electrical contractor. We had 10 trucks on the road. Every one of them was Chevrolets, and he drove Chevrolet trucks. Made no sense to me, and I aggravated him about it all the time. I said, "You ain't no Ford man. You just want to be. Who you listening to?" I said, "Walk out here and look at all these white Willis electric trucks. Every one of them got a damn Chevrolet on them."
Well, my motto on that is,
they were cheap.
Well, cheaper. But my motto on that is, if you want a pretty truck, buy you a Chevrolet. If you want a good riding truck, buy you a Dodge. If you want a work truck, buy you an F-250.
Yeah. I tell you what, if they took a Chevrolet truck, I like the suspension of a Chevrolet truck. I like the motor and transmissions of a Chevrolet.
Yeah.
But take the Ford interior and put inside the Chevrolet, and then you got a really nice truck.
Yeah, with the Dodge seat.
Well, I like the Ford seat because you kind of sit in it, where a Chevrolet
Yeah,
seat you sit on it.
yeah, but Dodge to me,
I ain't never.
right?
I mean, I ain't never been in no Dodge truck. I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, I guarantee you go riding the Dodge for about a week, and I guarantee you that Dodge is going to be sitting in your driveway.
I ain't gonna drive one then.
I guarantee you you'll go buy a Dodge.
No, I don't know about that.
I guarantee it, buddy.
Well, I'm not gonna try you on it. I'll tell you that.
I had a buddy of mine that all he drove was Chevrolets. That's all he'd buy. That's the only thing he'd drive.
Hey, first responder.
When I brought my Dodge Ram and something happened with his truck, I thought him the keys to my Dodge Ram. I said, drive it for a week. I said, but you got to make sure you hit the gas stations. He drove it a week and he brought it back. He says, I bought me one today. I said, what'd you buy? He said, I went and bought me a Dodge.
I've
After
never
that,
drove. I don't know that I have ever rode in one.
Yep. Dodge is one of the best riding vehicles, period, on the trucks. Hello, Smoke Wrench. Hemmer Wrench is still in here.
Yeah, I guess I'm probably one of a very few, but I've never rode in a Dodge that I know of.
Yeah, I like a ride of a Dodge.
And to be honest, I've never owned, but I owned one Ford in my life.
Golly.
I'm telling you, when I turned 16 years old, my daddy gave me a 65 Mustang. And I looked at him and said, you got to be kidding me. I am not driving that. He said, well, it's yours. I sold it for $25. He got to beat the wheels off of me. Sure did. That's the only Ford I've ever owned.
Golly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm fixing to. I got the Thunderbird to finish up, and then I got that 64 Ford and that 64 Chevrolet, and after that, I'm done with them.
Well, I tell you, man, you know, I don't know what you got going on there, but I know you fell twice here recently and got beat up.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard.
And it's hard to get out there and sit on a cushion and just sit there, and it's really hard. Hello, John.
I mean, I'm fortunate, you know, I've got a nice lift in my shop. I got air conditioning, heat, desk chairs, refrigerator, you know, all that good junk. But used to, you know, not that many years ago, I could do a motor swap in a truck in a night. You know, now it'll take me 2 or 3 days with all the nice tools. You know, it's hard when you know what you used to could do and then can't do it anymore. It gets frustrating.
Yeah. Well, I've been going. I had to go back and forth to doctors for the last couple of months, back and forth, and it's from my dad's side. I guess you call it hereditary because it's on my dad's side of the family. All my grandfathers died from it, and I've had a lot of cousins to go from it, and I'm just at that point now that I need to make decisions now to do something.
Your health is the most important thing.
Yeah.
You know,
John, I'm gonna change over from doing I've got my car, the Thunderbird, to finish for No Name Nationals, and I've got the 64 Ford pickup truck. It belongs to some friends of ours, and I've got the 64 and a half Chevrolet truck that half of it belongs to us. We in partnerships with the guy. After that, then my channel is going to change to doing events, car shows, drag racing, NASCAR racing, whatever event I can go to or museum that I can go to. And plus, I know a lot of people that has cars that goes to car shows that has, like say, 50, 60, $100,000 cars that I can spend probably 2-3 days and get 8 months worth of content and just basically walking around with the camera versus taking 2 months to put a motor in the car. It gets to the point where I get aggravated about it, and I feel like I need to make the decision, and that way I don't surprise anybody that one day you come on my page and you see something else and not see me doing what I'm doing now. Y'all understand what everybody understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes total sense.
It's
And you can always keep you a project car sitting around to pedal on when you're in the mood to.
Well, my Thunderbird, I bought that Thunderbird for one thing, and that was to go to No Name Nationals.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only reason why I sold my truck, to fund a bill for No Name Nationals to get it to No Name Nationals. And then the next year No Name Nationals, I'll still bring my Thunderbird.
Right.
And
okay, well, that makes sense.
it's just I've got to make the big decision. I just didn't want to surprise everybody when I start making that content that everybody's gonna say, "What is he doing? How come he ain't doing this or ain't doing that?" You understand what I'm saying?
Right. That's right.
And I've been wanting to make this video. Make a video of it out there, but I just decided to go ahead and do it live.
Well, I mean, shoot, man, that's just like we've been working on that daggum CK10 of my buddies in my shop. It's been in there a month, just with him working and me not feeling well, been sick and all this kind of mess, and messed my leg up.
Right, right.
It's frustrating trying to get something done.
It is, especially when you used to, like I say, 2 days, and I could have had that car done in 2 days and be done with it, other than going back and setting everything up the way I want it set up and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Instead of taking 2 months to freaking put an engine in, and it's aggravating because my wife will tell you, I get up in the morning and it's whatever I'm doing that day, it's got something to do with cars. If it's not hopping in the road back or a wrecker or getting a trailer in the truck and heading out and getting a car and scrapping it or picking one up and delivering it somewhere, she'll tell you right quick, like, when it comes to the car world, I'm all in it. And
yeah, I'm with you.
I
mean, there's 2 things I do in life: work on old cars and deer hunt.
I don't like deer hunting because I don't want to get up in 20-degree weather out there with snow up in my butt out there trying to think I'm gonna kill a deer. And John, you come on in if you want to. You got to.
Well, I mean, I agreed. I totally agree with what John just said. Make the content something you enjoy doing. And there's enough people on here, they gonna watch it.
And it's just, I've been dreading making, doing this because I really enjoy working on one and doing one. There's a lot of stuff that I do that y'all don't even know I do. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's because I done been on this road one time, and the first time somebody hears that you know how to work on cars or you know how to do this, your driveway have 10 cars lined up and they expect you to do it for free.
I live in a subdivision, and it's an older subdivision, but still, and there's at least one day a week somebody's going to stop by because they heard I work on cars. And then they see 2 or 3 old trucks in the yard, and they say, well, yes, him, and yeah, I do work on trucks, but they're mine.
Right.
They're buddies' trucks. They're not customer trucks.
I've had, in the last couple months, I've had 2 or 3 people find out that I work on cars and I do this, and the first thing they want to do is bring their vehicle to me.
Yep. Well, I got a guy right now aggravating me about building him a 383 stroker motor. And, I said, man, to be honest, I don't have time. And for what? I said, you can go buy one of them Blueprint motors, complete engine, cheaper than what I'm going to charge you to build it.
Right.
I mean, they mass produce the things. I mean, you can get a little 383, 500 horsepower pump gas motor.
If you add your time, just the time, not counting the machine work in a motor, just your time, they'd be better off just buying one already built from like you talked about.
That's what I told him. I said, man, look, Marketplace is full of them.
Yeah,
go get you one.
And
but I got 2 project trucks of my own, and we got Barry's in the shop. I mean, I ain't got time to build a motor.
Right. And I went on the Thunderbird. I went the route of pulling the motor out and going through it, but I should have stuck to my guns, and I should have just went and just popped one out of one that's running out of the junkyard for a couple $100 and throwed it in there, and if it blowed up, it just blowed up and be done with it.
Well, yeah.
But then I thought, well, I'm going to drive this 428 miles, and my wife's going to be with me, and I just didn't want to be on the side of the road between here and Saxton, being stuck on the side of the interstate. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I would have done the exact same thing you done. I mean, the motor didn't have that many miles on it, but it's been sitting a long time.
Yeah.
And peace of mind means a lot.
Yeah. And when I tore that motor down and see all the crud that was in there.
Yeah.
That told me a story. It also told me then that car has never been outside of town its whole entire life. It's never been on no hour trip.
That's the reason the motor was stopped up.
That's the reason why it was stopped up. And I believe that's the reason why it was parked, because when we crunk it up and let it run for a few minutes, there was no knocking, no noise. It run good. Mm-hmm. But we just shut it off and took the motor out. And when I tore it apart and I took the oil filter off, there was no oil in the oil filter. So that told me the oil was bad.
Yeah.
And I believe that's the reason why that car was parked in the first place. And that was 30 years ago.
Yeah, and I'd have been scared to death to just drive it that way. I'd have had to tear it down and look at it.
Right. And I started to go the route, put a 351 in it and back it with an FMX transmission. And then I thought, well, then I'd have to drive it, or I'd have to borrow a trailer to take it. And when you have to go get a trailer and take it, then it's just more money out of your pocket. It's best just to fix it, get it going, and drive it up there.
Right.
Instead of loading it on a trailer and fight with a trailer.
Well, I believe it would be a lot more fun to build it and drive it there.
Right, because between here and there, the footage that we can get, probably make 30 videos, you know.
Yeah. And that's why I think like the Hot Rod Power Tour. I think a lot of that would be fun to do. You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And I wanna move over to, like I said, to doing car shows and events and stuff like that. And I'm gonna work with one. A lot of people don't know, well, I guess everybody knows. My oldest daughter was murdered back in 2019, and here it is in 2023, and they still, to this day, have no clue of nothing. So her case is back. Her case has basically been pushed to the side, and there's nothing going on with it. And I'm gonna reach out to one of these crime channels on YouTube, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get one of them to do a special on it.
Get something going on it.
Right, to get something going. That really bothers me. I like to.
Well, just closure, you know.
Right, and I think about it all the time, and it's just, and it's not easy to deal with.
Mm-mm.
And that's gonna. Then this right here, when I switch over, it's gonna give me a little bit of free time to be able to set that up and take care of that, and then actually, like John said up here, it's like John said that, and Hammer said it too. Make content I enjoy, and you just keep on doing it, and
that's right.
And I really enjoyed being around the car shows and stuff. And I know a lot of the guys here locally. I know a bunch of them here locally.
Well, man, you know, you're a car guy. You know that anybody that's got a car love to talk about it. They want to brag about their car because they're proud of it, you know.
That's right.
And you can get a bunch of content from guys just telling how they built the car and what they done, you know, and all this different stuff about it. Yeah, that could be an unlimited amount of content.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yep. That'd be good.
I just didn't want to surprise anybody that one day you pop on here and you see about 40, 50 cars and you'd be like, what's going on, you know?
ASO done struck the lottery and won.
Oh, but
yeah,
that's where I am, you know. I really I hate to make a decision like that, but
well, just let it happen. You know, whatever happens, but just follow through with it.
Yeah, and
you know, it'll work.
And then, you know, no names here with all subscribe, you know, 500 list. I enjoy that every week, getting in here and getting in the lives and posting their links and posting them on my page to get them views and get them their subs. Oh, I enjoy that. I enjoy that.
Any way you can help somebody, that's
Right. If I can sit here like on the lives and I can spend 2 hours of my time and help them get the subs that they need to go to No Name Nationals, well, that's 2 hours a week is well deserved to help somebody to get to No Name Nationals.
That's right.
And that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm totally with you.
I enjoy that. And just like Big Block said, when we get to No Name Nationals, it'll probably be about 8 months of content I can make.
Yeah, it'll be a bunch of it, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's good. I'd do it. I sure would.
I just want to come on here and start making that content and everybody flip out with that. What is he doing? What is he doing?
Well, you and Miss Deborah can always start a cooking channel.
That's one thing I don't do is cook.
Well, somebody's got to taste test it.
If you eat my cooking,
you can film. You can film me.
Can you boil water, can you?
Oh, I can cook. He just
cooks everything on high.
Right.
It has
what
to
else
be
you
done
supposed to do?
1 minute.
I like cooking outside on an open fire. Is what I like.
Yeah.
To cook. I like cooking outside.
Yeah. I enjoy cooking pigs. Cooking barbecue and chickens. Egg corners and all that.
I can't eat a bunch of that no more. That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I love barbecue, but after cooking a pig for 8 hours, you really don't want none of it.
Yeah, you got to pull and looking at it.
That's right. Like cooking a bunch of leg quarters for a party or something like that, chicken leg quarters, that's cool because that don't take that long.
That's like that right there. Kool-Aid.
Yep, I like that too.
And I get one of these maybe once a week now. But I've had 2 this week. These right here used to be my busters. Well, you seen me, you seen that in my hand.
Well, same thing right here.
This is the problem. This right here is the reason why the problem I'm in today. No, not really. Oh, and some of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah, but you talking about your daughter,
yes.
My daughter got in a car wreck and got killed. Valentine's Day this year.
Yeah.
And she had a 4-year-old son, a 3-year-old son, so we've got him. And that's you think about that every day. They keep saying it gets easier. I call bullshit on that.
No, it don't get no easier. You just learn to cope.
Yeah. I mean, when your parents pass away, that's something you expect,
right.
and you adjust to that. But when it's your child, it's a horse of a different color.
Right, because when you lose a child, you lose half of yourself because it's your child.
Yeah.
And part of you's gone. And then you got
Yeah, that's right.
It's never going to be the same.
No.
And when people tell you it's going to get better, they are full of crap.
Yeah.
They are full of crap.
Well, I mean, then there's that little boy. You're having a good day. You ain't even thought about it a whole lot. And that little boy asks, what's his mama? So here we go again.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's like, My wife's the
Yeah.
only child was killed in a wreck this past August last year. And they go through one, then they turn around 3 years later and go through it again.
And do it again.
It
Uh,
it really open your
Yeah.
eyes about life. It really will. It really opens your eyes. Like I say,
Yeah.
there ain't a day goes by that they're on our mind. It's not a day go by. And they say it gets better in time. No, it don't. You just learn to cope with the best way you can and to make the best out of the situation.
Yeah. Well,
It's
you
all
know,
good.
man, my dad loved drag racing more than a man loves to eat.
Yeah.
And me and him were drag racing somewhere every weekend.
Yeah.
And when he died, I could care less. You know, 'cause
Yeah.
he was my buddy.
Oh yeah.
You
Definitely.
know,
That's like my dad. He used to come out there and he'd be working out there on the car or one of the boys get something and he'd come out there and show us how to do it and he was always out there with us and
mhm.
he worked in a cotton mill and
Okay.
cotton mill back then was rough on him and he wound up getting emphysema real bad in his later part. He didn't live to be 60, 64, I think, and died from asthma attack
Yeah.
because of
Cotton dust or something.
yep, all because of cotton. And when we was younger, man, my dad would all the time be working on something, a washing machine, a dryer, a car, you name it. He was like the neighborhood handyman.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
and in his later years, he started slowing down, and he still kept on going and going and going, and we all tried to get him. We almost moved to Arizona because of the air quality out there than it is here. And if we did then, he'd probably still be with us, but he wouldn't leave home. He wouldn't never leave.
Yeah, say it would have been the same way with Daddy. If we could have moved somewhere and he would have been better off, he wouldn't have done it.
Right.
He'd been here all his life, and he was going to be here till he was gone.
Yep. Hey, Mater.
Hey, Mater.
What are you doing?
Feeling better today than I was yesterday. Man, I don't know what it was. I don't know if Crystal got mad at me. She kicked me in my left foot, but man, my left foot, or the ankle and everything was all swollen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, every time I take a step and everything, go anywhere, like, And
yeah.
I was thinking, hell, I was laid up in bed most of the day with my foot all propped up. Of course, the only thing I got to see, I watched some of the Marvel movies.
Uh-oh.
Why not?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, changing over, doing on my channel, just changing over the content.
I mean, like I was saying earlier, it's like, hey, with my channel, I don't keep it at just one thing. I've got multiple different things that I talk about.
Right. Yeah, and I enjoy doing the car shows and events, stuff like that. far as car content,
Oh yeah.
I just need right now. I need to step back and concentrate on what I need to do as far as just step back and see the, I guess you could call the brighter future, I guess.
That sounds good. I like it. I like that way you said it.
I mean, I don't mind car shows. Matter of fact, I've got one I know I'm going to be going to Wednesday weekend. It's the Mopar Mini Nats. I'll be trying to see if I can go into that. Could be having an air show later this year. I want to go to that with all the different planes, and hopefully they'll have the cars and everything there also, like they did last year.
Yeah, I just didn't want to make a video and pop it out there and it'd be shock to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And I just want to make a decision on it, and we've been talking for the last year and a half about it, and I got a brother that you don't need to be doing that. You need to just keep on doing what you're doing. But a lot of people don't understand the situation as far as, I guess you'd say, as far as the situation it is. But
hey, it's your channel. You do it the way you want to do it. It's just like me. You know, I'm doing my stuff. I got my girlfriend in the house. She's got her channel. She does yarn, but she doesn't do the same things I do.
right.
And if people don't like it, there's the door.
Yeah, I just want to start moving into something a lot easier instead of still trying to fight. I guess you call fight, but I guess you saying in 2 months putting a motor in. I'd rather take the camera and go walk around the car show or an event and get my footage and get my content that way, because it'd be easier on me than still trying to tear them down, put them together. See, all my content, if I was to film every day of my content, y'all only seeing a quarter of the content. Y'all not seeing the brighter, the other content that could be content, but you know.
You know, it's like for me, I've been wanting to do a video on how loud the is. But we've had rain and everything off and on for the past few days. I ain't getting out there to do that.
Yeah, we've been here every day for the last 4 days now was rain.
Mm-hmm.
And no, aggravated. You just get aggravated because you can't get out there because it's pouring down rain.
Yep.
But that don't really bother me there, because today it's raining. I could actually do something else. And there's some days of the week that, you know, my wife even tell you, there's some days that I get up and I'm so sick I can't hardly get out of bed to begin with. So the days it's raining and I don't feel good, I can sit here at this computer and do something else. Cut my videos, edit my videos, and get them ready to be published.
Right.
And it's really, the last couple of weeks, it's really got me bad, because I I had my good days and I had my bad days. And for the last couple of weeks, it used to go like one bad day every couple of weeks. Now it's like about like once a week, you know. And you got to really work on it. Just diet, what I eat, or what she eats too, because she eats the same thing I'm eating. And we really had to watch what we eat. And I'm not saying we stay on that strict diet, but it's every now and then you want to go get a real juicy cheeseburger every now and then, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't expect to live off what I call rabbit food, but
Yeah, that's all good, but it's nice to have a steak with that rabbit food too.
well, I can eat steak, but it has to be so many ounces, 4 ounces at a time.
That's enough to make you mad.
Oh, you
Yeah.
come here. I'm gonna say if you ever get down here to Texas, and where I'm at, I'll take you to a steakhouse that they don't even put steak sauce on the table. It's not even required. That's how good they are.
Well, I can't have salt. I can't have tomatoes. And what's in tomatoes?
Salt.
You got
It's a lot of potassium.
a lot of potassium that I can't eat. No salt. I can't eat a banana. Spaghetti's out. Mexican food's out because it's tomatoes. Unless you can't eat the cheese, some of the cheese you can't eat. So you pretty much eat rabbit food.
No, you
Lettuce,
got
carrots, and tomatoes. I mean, cucumbers.
About right.
What is in the tomatoes that you can't have?
It's a lot of potassium.
Okay.
That's like potatoes. No potatoes. Unless
Can, but I have to double boil them
you have to double boil the potatoes
to get the potassium out.
and you have to soak them in water twice as long to pour all the potassium out of the potato.
Well, not all of it.
Not all of it, but
A lot of it.
yeah, a lot of the potassium out of the potato. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This has been for the last 3 months. 3 months. There's been a big change here as far as our eating and as far as what I'm doing. It's a big change because like you go and eat it, you go out to eat and you eat a meal, it gives you energy to continue on to what you do in the daytime, right?
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? With this diet, it don't really give you no energy, but you got to break it down in small portions throughout the day to keep your energy up. So
I
if you
guess
don't
we've
eat,
lost it.
see, if you don't eat the small portions, well, you don't have the energy to
keep going. Yeah.
keep going. A lot of people don't understand that.
It's kind of like you need to go on a long trip and everything, and you just keep putting about 3 gallons of gas in the tank.
Pretty much.
You can get there, but you gotta keep stopping and getting something.
Right.
Keep fuel in the tank.
Right. Yes.
And that's
It's
one
really-
thing with Right, and I was gonna say that's one thing with me is you can start giving me a little scenario, and I can have it on something just like what I just did. You know, eating and everything, you got to have the energy for all day long. Well, it's just like having fuel in your gas tank to be able to make a long trip.
Right, right.
But-
And then when I failed the first time, that took me what 4 weeks to get over, 4 or 5 weeks to get over, and then I turn around a week and a half later and playing Superman and get shot up in the air about 6 feet and landing on my other side of my hip. Well, that took me down for a couple of days, but actually a couple of weeks. But I still went out there and I kept on and kept on, and it's just I just had to figure out a lot of stuff in the last couple of months,
Yep. That same way with me, with my health the way it's been. It still hadn't got back to normal yet, but it's getting there.
Right.
And hopefully with me, I can get it back enough where I can be able to get back to where I can start going back to work, start having an income.
Right. And it's
Right
very,
now- oh yeah.
it's very, very, very nerve wracking because once my feet hit the floor in the morning, then my wife will tell you, once my feet hit the floor and I get busy doing something, I'm busy. And I don't stop until I actually have to.
Yep.
And
Me right now, I've got an event coming up at the church. They're going to be having like a little, not a flea market, but like a thing where people can bring stuff in that they make and everything and sell. And I've been making stuff out of wood, like those crates you see at Hobby Lobby and Walmart. And I mean, you go in there and you pay $15-20 for them, but they're very cheaply made. And
right.
I'm making the same thing. Matter of fact, I did a video on it, and I showed how to make one out of a 2x6. And mine is much better quality made. And I'm gonna see about selling mine for like $30, but it's a lot more solid.
Right. Right. I don't know where he went. I think he had a problem with his internet.
Yeah. He had the spiral of death going.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a rough couple of months.
Yep.
Yeah, and I go back to Dr. Wednesday, and I should know more Wednesday. And it's something that it's makes you really think about stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's like for me, everything was going good for me. I had a job paying good money and everything. My health went away. I mean, hell, I had, over a year ago, I just got through buying it was pre-owned truck, but I mean, 17 Ram 1500. Was able to get that, no problem. I had the trike and everything, and then all of a sudden my health went from here to here, out of work and everything. Well, truck has already been repoed. They've already repoed the trike because not be able to pay it.
Mm.
And luckily my Caliber is paid for. Luckily my other bike has been paid for.
Right.
I've still got a couple of modes of transportation. One I got to get fixed.
Right. Yes. It's just hard to. Sometimes it's hard to juggle everything. You know.
Mm-hmm. And I was big into collecting Coleman stoves and lanterns, and I've had to put that on hold.
Yeah, I used to collect a bunch of that old stuff like that, oil bottles and stuff like that.
Yep.
And
I've got this one back here. It's not a Coleman, but it's based on a Coleman
right,
lantern that was military. And they actually
right,
had 2 other companies making them, and that's what this one is. But it's still based on the Coleman design. And
right,
I was missing a part for it. Well, luckily for me, I had someone that had the part I needed. He just sent it to me at no charge or anything.
right.
Like, okay, good. Now I can see about getting this thing going. Well, I've got another problem with it, but that means I got to take it down further than what I had before.
Right, right. Yeah, it's just a lot of times you just juggle and juggle until
Mm-hmm.
juggle life until you got to make a decision on what to do. You know, because you get to a point. You get to a point where in life you got to make that decision what your next step is going to be.
Oh yeah.
And
One thing about with not having that truck and not having the trike, I mean that was almost $1,000 a month I was having to make payments on, plus the insurance for both of them. So truck's already gone, so that dropped my car insurance payment down, and the trike, with it being gone, that's dropped my bike insurance down since I got 2 different companies.
right,
Saving some money that way.
yeah, it is, and it's hard to, like I say, juggle all that.
Mm-hmm. And one thing I've done is, my internet and everything was with Spectrum, and it still is.
Right,
But we had like the TV with satellite and everything. That was through DirecTV, and the phone was through AT&T. And I contacted Spectrum and see what they would do, as far as TV and phone. And I wound up going with them, and that's saving like $100 a month right there.
right, right. Yeah, you gotta watch out, right, for your bills and your how you spend your money, because you can go to the grocery store and spend $100 and come out with one bag and not have nothing.
Oh, you ought to see our food bill. It's anywhere from $350 to $400 a month, and that's for 3 people.
Yeah,
And sometimes it won't even last all month.
right, right. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, luckily for part of tonight's meal, Crystal, she goes to the church and everything. She's part of the women's group for the crochet, and they do concession stands out there.
Right.
And last night, she wound up bringing home some of the leftover stuff. That leftover, that was some brisket, some hot dogs. That was for dinner last night, and then used the leftover brisket and hot dogs for dinner tonight.
Oh yeah.
So that went for a nice meal.
Oh yeah.
Got leftovers for tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just, sometimes in life you gotta make decisions,
Yep.
That's some of the hardest decision I had to make.
Well, sometimes the decisions we got to make, we don't like them, but we got to get them made.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all right.
it. That is it.
Right. I mean, a few months ago, had a decision. On one hand, get some bills paid, or keep some of my Winchester collection.
Yeah,
And it's like, yeah, which one's more important to have? Well, so far I've sold 8 of them just to get some bills paid.
yeah,
I hated doing it, but hey, I had to have the money.
yeah. Sometime in life you gotta do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm. And I worked so hard to get that collection built up, and I don't. It's going to cost me more money to get it built up again to go with what I did have.
Right.
But I can't take them with me.
No, that's one thing you can't do. You can't take it with you.
Some people try, but I mean, you might get buried with it, but it still
Right.
ain't. It's still going to be here. It ain't going to be.
Right. Yeah, it's not gonna be. Ain't gonna be a rodeo.
No.
And it's
That's one thing. I was going to say. I keep hearing people go. Talking about the different religions and everything, and hear about the different. Which denomination church you go to. I'm going. Hey, when it comes to your time, you go up there. There ain't no denomination. It's all one.
that's right. Exactly right there.
It's like there's no difference. It's like it's all one.
That's it. That's it in a nutshell.
And I hear all these politicians talking about this, that, and the other, how they want to ban this, that, and the other. And one of the things they said, well, we're going to ban this, but this other here's not banned. But yet the only difference is this over here's got wood, this has got plastic, but everything else, they both share the same thing. It's all
Right.
I'm
Right.
going, that makes no sense.
Right.
And for me, I'm big on 2A.
Oh yeah.
And of course, any of the other anything else constitutional.
Yep. That's very true.
I try not to get in. I try not to do politics.
I don't do politics either.
Now I'll do politics, behind the scenes, face to face and everything, but not on the channel. Nah.
Yeah. I don't do politics. If you do politics, you open a can of worms.
Yep. And I ain't going fishing.
No. Well, I like to go fishing. That
Yeah.
sounds like a fun.
Oh, I wouldn't mind going fishing.
Yeah. Yeah, I could go fishing. That'd be nice. Catch a big one.
Now I know that out here at the lake that we got and everything, I remember years ago a guy telling me that he was out there one day and he saw this log out there just floating. Then all of
Right.
a sudden, it wasn't a log; it was floating. It was a big, about a 6 or 7 foot channel cat.
Right.
And they've caught them out there, and I think one was about almost 200 pounds. That's a lot of fish frying to do.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Of course, for me, the one way I'd like to go fishing, go do the Mick Dundee way.
Yeah.
take that little stick of dynamite, light it, toss it out over the side of the boat, and go. And they just get the net and everything, just scoop them all up.
Yeah. 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 Yep. Well, I guess I'm busy to get off here, and it's getting late, and I got a date in the morning with a Thunderbird.
Ah, you got that pair of gas?
Hold on.
Oh yeah, I got a doctor's appointment in the morning.
Uh-oh.
11:30.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot.
You got something more important to do.
Yeah, I got a doctor's appointment in the morning.
See, if it wasn't for your
I'm
secretary,
glad my wife.
yeah, like I said, if it
Yeah,
wasn't for your
one for her, I
secretary,
forget it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I forget it. So would. Mater, I appreciate you coming in, buddy.
hey, no problem. I would have been in sooner, but I had a few other things to do.
I understand. And I will catch you on the next one.
Yep, that'd be tomorrow night.
Appreciate you, buddy.
All right, appreciate you having me in. And you have a good night. Good night to
All right,
everybody else.
All right, y'all too.